He did indeed. That was a technical difficulties, but back now though. Nothing much has changed apart from Marco getting past Fudge, I believe. The two Alfa Romeos, P5 and P6. Dixie's obviously going to be diving in. Oh no, he's not. He's not going to serve it this lap.
Little Jim though, Little Jim has already almost pushed out over a second lead over Mitch. I'm gonna have to take a look and see how much battery he used or whether he's being conservative and he's just got the pure pace right now.
Dixie going up the inside of his teammate. Dixie is on the soft as well, so that's not what he needed.
And Dixie with the drive-through, he needs to push as many positions as he can because, you know, when he dives in for that drive-through, you know he's going to lose a lot of time. So if you're going to jump, try to make the best of it and get as many positions as you can.
Oh, Dixie's round! And Marcus hits him. Lazy but talented gets pushed off wide. Marcus.
And there we go. First safety car of the day.
Has Marcus got damage from that? Yes, he does. He's missing an end plate. Kieran lovely up into P6, so he's up 2 positions. As there you can see the predicted pit stop strategy. Surprised that was not a safety car. The two Mercedes are having a shocker. Dixie Wreck is out and he will not be carrying on in this race.
He was up 7 positions too, even though he had the jump at the start. He was up 7 positions, and he was playing strategy on the softs. Lazy but talented also with the quality ban starting in last on the softs, already up 6 positions. So as far as it looks, everybody plans to go medium hard besides Lazy but talented. I wonder
Marcus diving in with that wing damage though.
Oh, we only had a virtual safety car, didn't we? Or did we have one at all?
I don't think we had one at all.
Oh.
Marcus being forced to go on the hards and the wing change from that instant. Nothing he could do to avoid it. Mitch though closing in on Little Jim, now 3-4 tenths. Antonis though only a tenth of two behind Lazy but talented. We'll have to keep an eye on both of these battles. Extremely close.
Yeah. I'm back on Antonius right now. I'll keep you updated as he pushes. DRS should be enabled next lap, or was it already enabled?
It should be enabled this lap.
Okay, yeah. So as long as he can stay in DRS zone, Lazy is not within a second of Mr. Reese, so... But Lazy is pulling out. He's already gained 3 tenths over Antonius. Mitch is about a half a second behind Little Jim now. That second lead is trimming. 3 tenths behind them. He's pushing.
Hamed Shabam though as well, only 4 tenths behind Antonis. That's not going to help Antonis when he's looking at Lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, Lazy likes that though, because if he sees battling in his rear view, he knows he needs to push. Try to get that little bit of a gap, get out of DRS range, and then hopefully his pace will pay off.
Hopefully. Yeah, go on.
Mitch and Jim up front battling, about a half second between the two as they're pulling away from Chris. Got over a second. Chris is now out of DRS range, so Mitch has a push on Jim when he comes down this front straight. If he can keep it close, he may try to make a move.
And yeah, anyways.
Pack's slowly starting to separate. We're starting to get, you know, a second or so between every driver.
The closest two being the front two, I believe.
Yes, and then Lazy's about 7 tenths behind Mr. Reese. Mitch dives to the inside on Little Jim, and he makes it stick. Mitch has taken the lead over Little Jim.
Brilliant move by Mitch there.
Yes.
Yeah, as you said, everyone's... Jim's not going to look for it yet, but he's going to be getting inching closer and closer. However,
yes.
Ahmed Shabam's getting closer and closer to the back of that Red Bull as well.
And Ahmad Shaban already with a 3-second time penalty very early, only 5 laps in. That is going to hurt. He's going to have to try to be consistent and not want to pick up another penalty.
One key thing to note as well is that Mitch's teammate of Chris is now in Jim's DRS.
Yeah, the battle up front has allowed Chris to close the gap. And Marco Mancini, the Italian stallion, as Jay said and called him, he's also in the mix now, only 8 tenths behind Chris. The front four are battling. They are all within a second of each other. It's Mitch. Oh, someone's around. Looks
Who's
like a
that?
Mercedes.
That is
Mercedes
FTH, I believe.
FTH, yes.
Yes, it is. Oh, is this going to be a move from Mr. Steve Rees closing up to the back of Fudge? Obviously, that Haas not having too much good luck this season, but hopefully the spinning top Kieran can turn it around. Purple sector 1 is MFD is telling us.
We know it's a long race, but I think Marcus is going to be upset with me by giving him the commentator's curse with
we
the
did
driver
say
of the day. Yeah, but has he just made a move on FTH, moves up into 12th. But you know, I mean, he went to the hards, I believe. It's going to be tough to make hards last 31 laps. I just don't see it happening. He will most likely have to make another stop as well. So he's probably going to be hoping for a safety car.
That is the thing about Marcus, though. He is a special breed of driver. You don't get much like him.
Yeah, he has the pace. He does.
Speaking about pace, though, Mitch nearly pulling out a second to little Jim, nearly pulling out of DRS. Jim just clinging on, though. Like, I'm not going to use that analogy, but just clinging on.
I mean, being in the middle of that, he's got Chris in his rear view that he's got to look at, and then he's got to try to, you know, keep his eyes ahead on Mitch. It's a two-way battle with your rear view mirror and the driver in front. You don't want to slip up, but you also want to be defensive as you're pushing.
Exactly. You don't want to worry about the driver behind too much, but you don't want to lose track and then him spring an attack on you.
Exactly. And then we got Lazy But Talented right there on Mr. Reese.
Yep, and Kieran's right on Fudge as well.
Yeah, them three. So, the middle of the pack, we got 2 big battles. The top 4 drivers all within a second of each other, and then 5, 6, 7 all within a second of each other fighting.
Hopefully this will be like this for the whole race. Get some good battles.
That's exactly what we see so far. You know, for the most part, we've had a clean race, other than Dixie unfortunately spinning and catching Marcus. It's been clean overtakes. That's exactly what we like to see here at OBF1.
This is the standard of racing that we like to promote. This is the level of racing we like to see from our drivers, and it's the level of racing we expect from all of our drivers.
Exactly.
And most of the time this is the level we get.
Yeah.
It's going to be very equal though between the top 4, not much changing at all. Obviously not, we don't usually see the Aston Martin up that high, but it's doing it's a lovely thing to see.
And
obviously, yeah, go ahead.
Mitch is up front. He's conserving his battery as he's defending as well. He still has 73%, 75% of his battery.
He is.
With little Jim on his back. So, I mean, if he can keep that up, you know, he'll have a lot of battery for defense when he needs it.
Nearly 80% battery for Mitch, and only 60 for Jim.
Yeah, so, you know, but if little Jim with that DRS, he might not have to, you know, use a lot of battery while Mitch has to play defense.
That all depends on setups as well, who's running high wing, who's running low wing.
Exactly. Mr. Reese, who's got DRS on Fudge, is pushing up, but he does not have enough room. He runs out of room before he can make the move.
Indeed, he does. He does.
He
needs a tiny bit more oomph.
And I mean, Thane with the high-speed corners, one slip up and you got to let out of it. That leaves a lot of room for your driver behind you. So you want to be consistent, but you got to push for that pace as well. So it's a fine line that these drivers need to find to be consistent and hold their own, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the top four now inching closer and closer to each other.
Yes.
Who's that round? I believe that's FT8 round again.
Probably didn't get his tire temps right. He's probably running a little too high tire pressure. Excuse me, sorry. Tire pressure is everything with this recent update.
As I learned around here today.
Yes, exactly. The higher pressure, your temperatures go through the roof, and that back
Jim's going to pull to the outside. He's going to have a look, but he's not going to have the momentum. Sorry for cutting you off there. But Chris he's going to have more momentum than Jim. I believe he's not going to use his DRS, though. Jim is not either. Maybe with a bit of ERS, Chris could have propelled himself up the inside, but he didn't choose to go for it here. He doesn't want to make the move clearly yet. He's got something cooking in his head.
Yeah. That DRS train, it's about time these drivers on the mediums to strategy to start coming into play. Who's going to try to go for the undercut? Who's going to try to go for the overcut?
Yeah, indeed it is.
Yeah.
Ahmed Shabam getting really close to flames now. Only a couple temps, but separates them two.
Yep. But that 3-second penalty, that's
going to hurt him later on in the race.
Yes. Currently, he is in the points, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
these battles are tight. We got really close battles between these drivers. Mr. Reese with a good save there. He had to let out of it. He was starting to go around, but a great save by him.
Oh, lazy but talented, diving into the pits now. 11 laps on those softs, I believe. That was a brilliant stint from him.
Yeah.
Kieran, typical Kieran, spinning left, right and centre. We're used to seeing that. Anyway.
Which I'm glad he's probably happy to see lazy but talented to jump into the pits, because he was in his
FTH is round again. Wait, what about this? So Jim's going to look around the outside of Mitch. He's going to try and hold it round. Mitch is going to squeeze him. Jim's going to get a brilliant run off. I love this helicopter view. Jim's not going to risk going up side by side there though. Mitch is going to stay ahead for now. This is going to bring Chris more into battle though, shortening the gap between them. And possibly bringing Marco into things with Chris.
Yes.
Jim getting impatient now. He wants to be in front. He wants to control the race. He wants to decide what happens with pit stops.
And these top four, they are going at it. They are neck to neck. This DRS train, they are not leaving any driver room to breathe in front of them. One slip up and you are going to lose at least 1 to 2 spots.
Yeah. And these guys know what it means. But who's that? We've got Ahmed Shabam round on the corner. Must have took too much curb. No damage by the looks of things though, so he's going to carry on going. Kieran not being able to get close enough to Fudge yet. Feels like we've been talking about that battle for ages.
Yes. But that's what we like to see. Battles is what we enjoy. That's what makes it fun for us commentators and the viewers in the chat.
That is very true.
I'm just wondering which one of these top four are going to be the first to take the dive into the pits, or if they all just trying to, play the long game and dive in right after Mitch. Wonder if he'll, maybe try to, fake it and then try to trick somebody behind him into going in, or if any of them's going to dive into the undercut.
Yeah, undercut not as powerful as it was last game, but still doable.
because they're going on their 12th lap on the mediums. So
about to start their 13th, which is the suggested pit lap. None of them's going to dive in this lap, though. Is Jim close enough to go for a move into turn 1, though? He's going to be spraying that ERS. He's going to be getting very close to the back of Mitch.
6 tenths down to 4 tenths, 2 tenths, but just running out of room. Mitch is getting a great run out of that final corner, and he was up 6 tenths before the final corner.
Ahmed Shaban's out in sector 2. What is that? Is that going to be a safety car? We will see. I don't believe it will be, but he is out of this Grand Prix.
Right there at the DRS zone. If you take that corner a little too wide, you catch yourself in that sand pit.
FTH is round again, I believe. Not a good race for him today, but no, that will not be a safety car, as Ahmed's car is clear before the drivers get to that section.
And SAFC Fudge has opened up over a second lead over Mr. Reese.
Kieran won't be happy with that, but you know, he's used to people gapping in by now, so he'll take it on the chin, add another notch to his belt.
Sounds like you two got some history, is that not right?
Oh, plenty of.
Yes, y'all definitely go back and forth.
This is payback from all the times he's commentated on me.
Mitch
so
doing
much
just
so.
enough to keep the lead over Little Jim on this tight DRS zone on the front. Every time Little
Marco's
Jim
in.
right up to the back of him.
The Italian stallion has decided to pit for a new set of. Oh, what is it?
Hard tires.
I was trying to think of a horse reference, but I couldn't think of what could actually go on their feet. Anyway.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm stumped there as well, but. And you know, that's the thing with this game this year is, you know, how well you can handle your outlap on those cold tires really matters. Because if you can get them some heat into them tires quickly and keep your pace, then you can make an undercut work. But it's all a matter of just how well you handle them cold tires, because it is tough to drive on them this year.
Mitch is still pulling away from Marco as we speak. But Marco getting his his tyre temp slowly up. Yeah. Not quite enough yet though. Mitch is going to dive in, so is Jim.
Mitch. Yeah, Mitch and Jim both into the pits. Okay.
This will force Chris to go on another lap though, obviously can't double stack that close.
Alpine, yes, exactly. Definitely will lose some time there.
Anyway, let's sit on board with Marco, see where he comes out. Or where he will be.
Mr. Reese.
I mean,
Reese also stays out another lap.
I can see why he hasn't pit. Yeah, he just wants. This is the highest he'll probably be all season, so let's let him enjoy it.
FTH KRC with the fastest lap of the 121.
Showing his pace, but not being able to tie it all together. The consistency just isn't there today.
Yeah. Can't keep that Mercedes in a straight line at the moment.
Where's Marco? Marco comes out 2 seconds behind Jim, but obviously Jim on cold tires.
Yeah, it's closing a little bit. He's got it down to 1.5 seconds, so he's got the heat in them tires. He's under a second now, so.
That's true. But Jim, who's going to warm their tires up first? So Mitch or Jim?
That is true. Marco now is down within a half a second, 2 tenths behind Little Jim, and Little Jim right behind Mitch. So all three of these, their pits were about the same length.
Chris not pitting.
Again, he's staying out another lap. Reese and Antonis both dove into the pits after 15 laps on the mediums. El Shakal also has not pitted yet, so we got Chris and El Shakal.
Jim goes for a move around the outside. He got it done before the turn even came about.
Yes, yes.
Jim clearly showing his tyres a bit more switched on than Mitch's. But now Mitch is going to be under threat from Marco.
Yes, and then with Chris still not pitting, we're going to wonder how this works out, where he's going to come out, because with Little Jim, Mitch, and Marco back to back to back, Chris may drop to fourth. Marco may gain a position here.
He might do. "23 seconds between Jim and Chris." Is that going to be enough for a pit stop though? Chris goes on again. He doesn't even pit.
I wish we can get a look at these tire temperatures, because he's still, and you know, he's got great pace on the mediums with the wear on him. I mean, he's actually gaining on Little Jim right now. Now it's up to 23 seconds, so he's probably, the overcut may pay off, because he is creating a larger gap at the moment.
We've got a battle for fifth though. Fudge on the back of Kieran. He's going to have DRS. Kieran's going to be using his ERS. They're both going to be using ERS. They're going to be side by side going down the main straight. Is Kieran going to be able to hold on though? He's going to brake late. He's not going to brake late enough. He's going to try and get the switch back. One there, two there. His third jab at the overtake. He's not going to be able to get it done.
Yeah, but if he could stay right on the back of that Alfa Romero, he will have DRS here in Sector 2.
He's got a lot more ERS than Fudge as well, so he can use that to his advantage. He sees Fudge's light is flashing. Yes. He knows he's lower on ERS. But one thing to note is Chris is still pulling away from Mitch and Jim.
Yes, so
he's gained 4 tenths.
Right now, yes, the overcut looks like it may pay off as long as he gets into them pits and has a clean stop.
He stays out again though, going for another lap.
Yeah, I mean, if he's continuing to pull away, I mean, why not? I mean, because as it gets later, the extra wear that Mitch and Jim and Marco have on them hards and that he doesn't have will just be more pace for him.
Mitch and Jim battling as well does not help.
Mitch with the fastest lap at a 1:20.9.
Does not help their case though, either. This is going to help Chris by them two battling.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking about them battling, Jim doesn't choose to overtake this time. However, Kieran doesn't either.
But he is sticking that Haas nose right on the back of that Alfa Romeo. He is giving him no room to breathe.
Yeah, it's a bit of a moment there, but he saves it. Marcus setting the fastest lap, showing what could have been of his race. Showing his pace, but just unfortunate positioning on the track. Got him involved in an incident.
Yeah, so El Shakal and Chris, 17 laps on the mediums right now. They are really showing they are, what would you say, the tire whisperers.
Chris has always been one of those. He's always been good with his tires.
You say that again?
What? Pardon?
18 laps?
Yeah, Chris is... Any women out there,
behind him, so
you want Chris to treat you how he treats those tyres. If you've got a bloke like that, you'll be loved in life. He's all about that smooth love.
Yeah. Little Jim creating some gap between Marco right now. He has it up to a 1.5 seconds.
Marco not performing on these hards as well as he did on his mediums.
Then Tonis is within a second of Lazy But Talented right now. And I'm not sure what happened to Lazy But Talented, because he was right there on the back of Mr. Reese, but is now...
He did pit.
He
did pit, yeah.
I wonder if he had wing damage, and because he had to take 5 seconds. Because he lost 5 seconds somewhere. Not sure where, but...
I know he pitted lap 11 because he was on soft, but I'm not sure if he...
Yeah.
Kieran back, closing onto the back of Fudge.
Little Jim 3/10 behind Mitch in sector 3 right now. We'll see if he can stay on the back of it and get the DRS.
Oh no.
Oh, and the Italian Stallion with a 3-second time penalty.
That's gonna put a tug on his reins a little bit.
We have oh, and he's out.
Oh, he's out.
Marco.
Is that gonna be a safety car? Right on the corner.
Not sure what happened there. Maybe hit the curb a little too hard. And
It's not gonna be a safety car by the looks of things. It looks like he might have hit the pit wall.
Oh.
And maybe... No, he's retired on track. His car's still moving, he's retired on track.
Huh. Makes I don't understand. Hopefully he had technical difficulties or something there, because that's unfortunate. He was running fourth. He had a fast car. He was within a second of Mitch, so hopefully it's something other than just that. Flames went around. We have flames around in sector 1. Got Haas running 10th right now.
That was strange. We'll have to ask him after the race, see what happens.
Yeah. Chris stayed out again.
Yeah.
He is really, he sees that, you know, he's creating a larger gap on Jim, so why not if he's still getting,
I think Chris might go to the softs, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We saw people in tier 2 make them last 9 laps, surely Chris can make them 10.
Yeah.
Mitch is closing in on Jim though, he's going to look to the inside, he's going to brake late, he's going to go up the inside, he's not going to get the distance, Jim's going to go to the outside. So.
And we also did see Lazy but Talented go 11 laps on his soft, so we know it can be done. But what a strategy. I mean, that really, you know, to do that mediums to soft, that's a tough strategy. You really have to be easy on your tires, and you got to keep control of that car, because you're going to get a lot of wear on them mediums going 20 laps. You would think hards to softs, but he's able to pull off mediums to softs.
I have not seen that done around this track since the last game, but
yeah.
Chris the tire whisperer.
Yeah, unfortunately, F1 22 strategies are not really, let's say, a wide a range of them. Most people are mediums to hards or hards to mediums. They don't give you much options the way these softs wear these this year.
Yeah, it's literally a clean cut medium, hard, medium usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it looks like Chris is starting to, you know, Jim's starting to catch Chris now. Him and Mitch aren't battling as hard.
Yeah, he's got half a second over Mitch right now. Mr. Reese still within a half second of Fudge at the moment. We got Short Marcus going to make a move on Antonis, and he makes it stick on the front DRS straight. So that moves Marcus up to 7th, who on a first or second lap incident was all the way down in 13th. So
surely Chris has got to come in this lap though.
Yeah, he comes in here, that'll make him go 10 laps on the softs. That's something he can definitely probably make work the way he's worked these mediums.
He doesn't pit, he stays out.
And Little Jim's starting to close that gap fast now. It's already, he was at 23.2, he is already down to 22.2. So it'll be a close battle coming out of the pits.
But obviously the softs are a lot easier to fire up than those hards.
Yes. And a side note, Mitch is conserving some battery right now. He's all the way back up to 54%. Was at 60. He looked to the inside but thought otherwise.
Maybe this is Mitch's plan, just sit behind Jim and his DRS save battery.
Yeah. And then, you know, the more Little Jim, which, you know, Little Jim is a different breed of drivers, we all know that, but mistakes do happen if you keep the pressure.
They do indeed.
Yeah. We'll see what little Jim's made of with this pressure.
Yeah, but as we
Pressure bursts
can,
pipes, but it also makes diamonds.
True that.
Fudge is now pushed out a 1.5 second lead over Mr. Reese. Kieran now out of the DRS zone. Short Marcus is made a move on Antonis. Has already pushed 2 seconds on Antonis, and now within a second of Lazy but Talented. But he is on 20.
Chris is in.
20 lap old. Chris finally came in. Okay, let's get a look, and he does go to the.
Let's see where Jim comes out, or where Chris comes out at. He's gonna be way behind the others.
Yes, but he does have the sauce.
That is true. He's gonna be not far at all. He's gonna be within a few seconds. He's gonna.
Yeah, but he's got to warm up them softs, which will take, you know, what, about 3/4 of a lap. So he may lose a little bit of time until he gets them tires warmed up, and he has 50% battery too to work with. But them softs, we know them softs will have good pace for these remaining laps, so he can probably still close up that gap. And then Short Marcus on 21 lap old hards is within a second of Lazy but Talented. Do you think he can maybe make them hards go 32 laps?
If he does, then that's a pat on the back. Because that is an incredible.
Laps, it'd be 30 laps.
Sector 2, who's that? That's Antonis. Looks like he took a trip on the gravel.
Yes, lose a little bit of time.
That tyre wear is going to start affecting Marcus though.
And El Chacal still, he's also a tire whisperer here now too as well. He's on 23 lap old mediums. Still has not pitted.
There are now Chris's tyres are fired up. Let's see what he can do. He sets a purple sector 3. He's got the DRS of the ghosted car.
Little Jim pushing on the back of Mitch right now. 0.2 behind. And yes, Chris is pushing now within a second of Jim and Mitch. So those softs are looking good for him right now. And then the more Mitch and Jim battle, it just allows Chris to creep in there.
Chris catching up rapidly now.
Antonis just pitted again. He's coming out on soft, so he did a 2-stopper. And El Chacal has finally pitted. He went medium soft as well.
Chris is 1.1 up on his quickest lap so far. He's going to be looking at getting Jim into turn 1.
Yes, these top 3 drivers, we have an amazing 8 laps to look forward to if it keeps like it is.
We do, but who's that? Is that FTH? I believe that's FTH.
Laps traffic, or did he go around?
Anthony's trying to get past Flames now. Obviously on those fresh softs he's going to want to get past nice and quickly.
Yes. And penalty wise, we have had a pretty clean race. No drivers remaining have any penalties right now, so
Chris is going to get a decent launch, but he's not going to get a good enough one. Obviously he's got the tyre advantage, but that only ever means so little when it comes to these 3 drivers. They're such a high caliber of driver.
Advantage too, though, too.
He does, but with DRS and slipstream around down that long straight,
yes,
he's going to need to use everything he's got.
Right now he is keeping that Alpine right on the back of that Alpha Tauri.
Could this be a 1-2 for Alpine? Something you'll never probably see in Tier 2. Anyway.
Don't count us out yet. We got 16, 15 more weeks. We got this.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, sir.
Not getting the launch though out of the last corner. He needs 3/10. Jim not using as much battery as Chris, but Chris He's saving it.
Doesn't look like we have any red lights flashing at the moment, though. They are low battery.
Oh, Chris's speed out of there. He's going to go up the inside of Jim. Jim's going to go take to the outside. He's going to brake late. Chris is going to be onto the curb, onto the grass. Jim's going to be still side by side. These two drivers battling neck and neck.
Yes.
Chris is going to try it around the outside. They contacts made. Might be some words about that.
Yes. Way for both of them to hang on to it, though. We would hate to see a podium for them go out the window on incident like that. So even with the contact, all three of them are still within a second of each other. So
Mitch is probably wanting to give Chris a big kiss now, giving a bit of breathing room between him and Jim. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same looking incident you had happen to you earlier in the Tier 2 race. Same corner, was it not? It was indeed.
Yes. And then Chris going purple in Sector 3 again there. So
gave me a bit of PTSD there. Couple flashbacks.
And Tonus still is on the back of Flames as well. Within a second, even on them softs, and Flames is playing some good defense. And Tonus cannot get around him. And then Short Marcus just fell off, where he actually ended up making his second stop. He did do a two-stopper. He went on to the softs for the remaining laps.
FTH trying to save at every little point he can.
Well, unless right now he's in 11th, so top 10 he won't get that fastest lap points. And now Mitch has spread out a 1 second lead over Little Jim.
Which isn't going to help him down his main straight because Chris is within half a second.
Yes. Mitch is loving this battle behind him. It is giving him breathing
room. At the speed Chris has. He's going to pull to the inside. Jim's going to have no response. He's going to try though. He's going to try on it. He doesn't have enough momentum though to stay side by side. Chris is now unleashed at his teammate.
And then he is also under a second, so he should have DRS if he stays close here. So we could see some fighting between the Alpines.
Possibly. Obviously they're both working together, they're both equal on points though.
Short Marcus with a 1:18.7 for the fastest lap right now on the new softs.
Showing his outright pace, just sometimes unfortunate.
Yes, we hate to see it, but it does happen. I think we are going to have 3 to 4 amazing laps here between the Alpines possibly. Chris within a half a second of Mitch. He is closing to the back of it.
These two are going to fight, but they're not going to want to fight too hard, otherwise that will bring Jim back into it.
Yes, and that's exactly what Jim wants. And then
personally,
Mitch's red light is flashing.
Yeah, if I'm Mitch, obviously I'm not going to let him go past willy-nilly, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You don't want to lose too much time.
Yeah, and don't let a fight between your teammate cost you a position, more than one position, let's say. Because one little slip up between the two of them, and Mitch is right there, or Little Jim is right there to react to their mistakes. So
he's there like a seagull. He's waiting for your chips.
Yep. I gotta give it to Flames on 14 lap old tires is defending against Antonis. Antonis on the 5 lap sauce can't not get around him. He is trying to hold on to 8th and get every point he can.
And to think Flames was in our race. He's showing that his pace is clearly tier 1.
Yes.
Chris not getting too good of a line out there. Maybe his tyre wear's starting to slightly kick in a little bit.
Little Jim is pushing to the back of Chris. Under 2/10, but he doesn't have...
Chris goes down the inside of Mitch. Gonna go side by side.
And then there goes Jim. Jim's gonna push from this their side, but Mitch is able to, or sorry, Jim is able to capitalize.
Contact between Jim and Chris.
Yes, second time, but Jim, exactly what I said, when the Alpine's fighting, Jim is there to capitalize on their fighting and was able to slide right through and get back in second. And Jim with 20% battery left, it looks like they're all right around the same amount of battery.
That was exactly what we wanted not to happen. Well, Mitch wanted not to happen.
Yes.
He did not want Jim to get past his teammate, but he didn't want to lose the position.
Yes.
He's going to need to try and back Jim up to a point where Chris is going to go for a move, but he doesn't want to back him too much and leave himself vulnerable.
Yes, and every lap on these softs is more wear and wear, so he needs to stay right onto the back of that, because them tires, if he gets out of DRS or something, them tires might not have enough life in them to make a move on Jim.
Is that Jim? Jim's going to go for a move.
Yes, but doesn't have enough.
It's going to give Chris the opportunity to line one up though. They're equal.
Yes.
It's so close between these three.
Yes, it's an amazing race to watch. I'm enjoying this so much. This is a great battle. This is exactly what we want to see.
If this isn't a good battle, then I don't know what is, but these three drivers staying so close to each other, managing to not, well, most of the time keep it clean apart from a few nudges, but you're bound to get that in racing.
Yes, and then not to mention that they're not all on the same strategies. Chris went medium soft, so you know, it's not like they all just dove into the pits at the same time and came out at the same time. They mixed it up. Chris went, what, 21 laps on medium, so...
Going on to the last lap now, finishing the penultimate lap. FTH retires in the pit. It's going to be a shame.
Yes.
Anyway, let's sit on board with Jim, going down the final straight on the ultimate lap. He's going to get past Mitch before turn 1. Mitch is going to dive back up inside though. Jim goes really deep. Chris is going to hopefully try and capitalise, but he doesn't manage to. Jim's going to be annoyed at that mistake.
And Chris tries to go, he doesn't have it. It looked like he was going to try to dive to the inside, stick his nose in there. He just did not have it.
It's going to be a sensational battle for the last 2 sectors of this circuit.
Yeah, so we got one
Chris nearly losing it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One more DRS zone right here with little Jim. Let's see if he can get out of this turn and get that DRS to be able to make a move. Little Jim's up to the back of him, but he does not have enough to make the move.
If he doesn't send it in this section, if in these next corner, it's going to be over for him. Mitch is
but
going to...
you don't want to send it and cost yourself, so you got to pick your battles wisely. If you don't have it...
This race is ending now. It's coming to an end as Mitch comes around the penultimate corners now. He's going to come around the last corner. He's going to win round 6 in OBF1 Tier 1. Mitch is your winner at Spain, Barcelona de Catalunya. Jim coming home in P2, and a double podium for Alpine with Chris performing a sensational strategy and coming home P3. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the softs work like he would have hoped, but brilliant racing between these three.
Beautiful race. It's what we want to see. Kept me on the edge of my seat for them last 10 laps. I couldn't take my eyes off that battle. That was beautiful.
It was incredible to watch. One of the best battles I've been watching.
Yeah, Mitch started P3. Jumped 2 positions, great strategy, got him up to first. Little Jim on pole, dropped 1 position. Chris, front row, dropped 1 position. So that was a 3-way battle up front. And then we have SAFC Fudge coming in 4th there. Mr. Reese, I believe, with his best finish of the year in 5th place. Lazy but Talented in 6th. Short Marcus in 7th. I want to apologize for my commentator's curse on him now. And then I seen Flames in 8th. What a race. And you know,
great race from these guys. Antonis coming home in 9th as well.
Very few incidents.
Yeah. Luckily the stewards are going to be happy about that.
Yeah, lazy but talented driver of the day.
I know that's the game's driver of the day, but what's your personal favourite? Who's your personal driver of the day today?
You know, even though he lost a position, I have to go Chris, because, you know, he had the he had the courage to try something that no one else was willing to try.
Yeah.
You know, he took a leap of faith going medium soft, and he showed it can work. He did, even though, you know, it's not the result he wanted. He got a podium, but, you know, anytime a driver tries something, you know, that's out of the ordinary and a little bit harder, I always commend them for that.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch, and it's going to be even better to watch next week at at the Circuit de Monaco.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Tight corners.
Gonna be a long
clean,
one.
That's the main thing.
It's gonna be a 4:39.
But lazy but talented. Let's not forget he had a qualifying ban, and he started last. He was in 14th and got all the way up to 6th. So, you know, he does deserve that driver of the day in the Ferrari.
Fastest lap going to Marcus as well on a 1:18.741. Brilliant recovery drive from Marcus.
Yes, and I finished on Flames on 8th. Let's wrap out the rest of it. Antonius in 9th, El Chakal in 10th, FTH KRC 11th, Marco Mancini with the DNF. Unfortunately, he was in that top 3-4 battle there.
Ahmed Shabam then in P13 and Dixie in P14 to finish off the grid.
I would really like to find out what happened to the Italian Stallion, because that was disappointing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you, I see little Jim has left. I don't know if you had him on your friends or if he has a microphone, but it would be great to be able to get him in here for an interview of what he thought, Mitch as well. Possibly see what they thought about that battle at the end.
I'll put it in the chat. I'll see if we can get him in real quick.
Chris as well, if he'd like to join, he was in that battle. Would love to hear what they thought of it.
Yep. Where is he? There he is.
Give it a couple minutes, see if we can get him to join. But yeah, next week, Monaco. Let's pray for a dry race, because no one wants to go around Monaco wet. That's for sure.
Makes it twice as long.
Yeah, and then a clean race. That's all you can hope for at Monaco. And, you know, if consistency and keeping it clean is ever more important, Monaco is the race for that. Because, you know, it's going to be high wings, you know, tight corners. I'm excited for that one. Especially excited to watch these Tier 1 drivers go around there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race to commentate on. It's going to be a long one, it's going to be a fun one, it's going to be an intense one, especially between these drivers. It's going to really take the toll on their consistency. It's the main thing around Monaco. You can have the one